Welcome to another daily cinephile vlog. It is October 24th of 2025, and it's an important day for many out there who have a birthday, and that includes me. It is my birthday, and I was born in 1995, which means I'm 30 years old today. Do you hear that, Scamp? Scamp. I feel as though birthdays are always a good time to reflect on the year that's passed, but there's something about a milestone like this where you start to reflect on more than just the past year. You reflect on many years combined and what that culmination means. All that you've accomplished, some of which you haven't accomplished, some things you haven't accomplished, and just looking forward to what's next in life. And 30's a big one, not one that's freaked me out. I feel like I've been reiterating to people since I'm one of the older of my friends. We're all around the same age, but I'm the first to turn the big 3-0. And it hasn't been something that's made me, overthink. I haven't been in this state of, oh my God, the 20s are over. I never felt like that. I always felt that the 20s were not, they were good, but I never felt that it was like a party that I wanted to end. There was a lot in my 20s that, I accomplished that I'm very proud of. Graduating college, getting a job, one that I, at the moment, really enjoy, a workplace I really enjoy, but also, of course, getting married, finding the love of my life, and having a good relationship. Things that are very important to me that some people accomplish earlier in life, some people accomplish later in life, but I've been lucky enough to find it during my 20s, and I feel very prepared going into my 30s. But I also feel this sense of, as the years go on, I only feel younger. As a kid, 30 felt so much older to me, impossibly older. It was hard to even fathom what 30 would be like, and being here now, it's not that it came up fast, but it's more like I don't buy into the idea that I'm a 30-year-old. It doesn't feel that old. It very much is just, the hope would be, you want to get as old as you can. 90, 100, 110, who knows? Who knows how old our generation can possibly get? So at this point, it's like, what, a third of my life done? Hopefully. But you never know. Hell, it could be half my life right now, and I'd have no idea. Drop dead at 60 of a heart attack. We don't want that. But you never know. All I do know, though, is that 30, I feel younger than ever. There's a lot looking back that I'm proud of. A lot that I've learned. I feel that I've gotten wiser, but also that there's so much more I can do. There's so much more time on my hands, and I just want to utilize it to the best of my ability. This is a biking trail, so hopefully I don't stop a biker on their, PR time or something as they come barreling through. And I don't think Scamp has ever been on this trail before, so this is the first time for him. I remember when I was turning 10 years old, there was something shocking about turning that age because it was double digits. Never had been double digits before. And that alone was shocking enough to me at the time. But now, here I am with the number 3 in the way. 3-0. It's even weirder. It's a strange notion. I kind of look at photos of my parents when they were in their 30s. I look at them, I suppose later 30s versus early 30s is a difference. But, if you even look at photos of them in their early 30s, I look at them and I'm like, how the hell am I their age? But even then, how did they already have 2 kids around at that age? I couldn't even imagine having kids at the age that they had, raising them, figuring all that out. It's kind of a generational shift, I suppose. It's a change. People in our generation, our age, not having kids as fast. On the one hand, I don't think that's not a bad thing, because I think it gives more opportunity for growth and maturity before people have kids. But at the same time, I thought my parents did pretty well, and I think they were very prepared when they had kids. So I don't know. All I know is that, I feel like my mom was 22 when she had her first kid. That's crazy to me. I can't imagine that. Been around this area my entire life, but I'll never get over just how beautiful this city is. A good mix of not only having things to do within the city, that nightlife and such, or during the day, all kinds of different events, but also just immediately by the city, there's just all this beauty around you. Sorry, Scamp, I'm kind of taking it off trail right now. Can never get sick of that view. But the thing I'm gonna continue to do is just make everything, every day special. Try to make the most of every day. You don't know how many days you have here, so you got to make them count. Though I've realized I haven't been very good at keeping track of everything. I don't write things down as often as I should. There's events in my head now, especially from when I was younger, that are starting to get a little bit blurry. They don't stick with me nearly as much as they used to, and I'm like, it might be worth writing things down, but also just having a way of documenting things. And realized through making videos, vlogs, and everything like that, that I have some sort of documentation, and it's been good. I haven't made as many videos in the last few years. I feel like I've always kind of gone in and out. I feel like there's a period of time between 2009 to around 2014 where I was pretty consistent, and I was up and missing for a while. Come back to near the end of 2016 and I started being a little more consistent again. But ever since around 2020, as life has gotten busier, I just haven't been making as many things, aside from some vlogs, but even that has slowed down more. But I still have a passion for it, for movies and video making. And I know that regardless of how much you see or how consistent it is, I'm never going to quit. There's always going to be something new. There will always be something new to see. Isn't that right, boy? But don't really have much else to say except it's my birthday. I'm making the most of it. Enjoying some time with the people I love, and it's 30's a milestone, but besides just turning a decade older, there's been many milestones I'm reflecting on and I've been happy about. And here's to the next milestones. The next milestones, yes. And thanks all to you out there for continuing to watch. I hope you're having as lovely of a day as I am. And My love is with all of you. Thanks so much for watching.